All right, guys. Today we have Scarlett from Rhyme and Reason Design, a branding company out of Atlanta. Do you have makeup on, Paul?
It was one of those filters. I was like, what does this filter do? And then I'll just put makeup.
It looks like I opened your casket.
Oh, I could like the embalming fluid smell.
Listen, I want that selfie to look good. I want people to get down there and get a selfie with me, and I want to look good.
I kind of feel like that would be your funeral. It would be a selfie. Come on and take a picture.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
One last picture.
I want to be
one last Polly.
I mean, come on. I should be positioned properly to be a good picture. So I would be like this.
Yeah.
And then you walk right up into my arm.
Are you going to have the eyes propped open, or are they going to be closed?
Yeah.
With the coins. The coins.
With the coins.
Oh, God. No, but I do feel like it would, like, no one would take it seriously. Like, he'd be dead, and all of his friends would still just be all jokes.
I know. That's what I want. I want my casket to have just like all patches from all like freaking space things all over it.
Like like your Pelican case.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I want my.
Everybody should come up and have to put a sticker on your thing. I think that's a great idea.
Honestly, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
If your casket had it, you're like, oh, he had the Insta360 sticker. Yeah, he did use that.
I'm telling you, I'm inventing new ways of the future for cat, and that's what I want. Instead of throwing a rose on there or the navy, they put this. I want you.
Well, honestly, as expensive as it is now, you got to find a way to offset that money. So maybe sponsor the casket stickers. What I want to know is what would you have? What would you have at the funeral? What food? Do you go Italian, like you go that cliche, or do you try something else?
For sure.
You know what? I would just like something that represents me. So it would probably
Clams Casino for sure.
Sauerkraut.
Yes, it would probably lots of hot, bitter foods, bland, right? Something that makes everybody miserable. I think that would just be me.
Yeah,
just everybody the whole time. Oh, this coffee.
Oh God.
Oh, here she is, guys. Let me let her in.
All right.
Okay.
We started in a recession and we survived a pandemic. So really feel like we have notches on our belt for successfully surviving and hopefully thriving. Honestly, for us, our goal is that you like working with us because people hire who they like. And we want you to feel comfortable and safe and that this is an environment that you are heard and listened to. And that we position you as our client as the person that's bringing the smart ideas and the change to your organization so that you're growing as well. Because, your success is our success. I think what I'm most proud of is that our clients love working with us. And honestly, we get to deliver joy, and that's really amazing.
All right, today we have Scarlett Rosier of Rhyme and Reason Design with us. Thank you for joining us, Scarlett.
Thanks for having me.
Tell me a little bit about yourself and the company first and foremost before we get started.
Sure. So Scarlett Rosier, we founded Rhyme and Reason Design this is our 18th year. So wow. 2008, we started, myself and there were actually two business partners at the time. So there was three of us. Now there are just two of us, Karen McKenzie and myself. And we started in a recession, as people do when they start businesses, right? And we survived a pandemic. So really feel like we have lots of notches on our belt for successfully surviving and hopefully thriving. We work with three niche markets in our industries are tourism and cities and communities, nonprofits, which are often show up as our Greeks clients in the sororities and fraternity space, and then cool companies, which we essentially is our bucket for anyone who doesn't fit into the other two, but are often a little bit more open to the whimsical and the fun creative that we get to bring to the table. And we have been working And everything from logo designs and branding to websites and pretty much everything in between. Since we started, we actually started doing Flash websites.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Going back a little.
I feel like that dates us even. Like, I feel like that is a really nice marker of our age.
Joe and I, our first business we had together was actually a Flash website. That was our calling card. So
yes,
so,
definitely.
That's where we started.
Well, the first thing we like to do to get started is to get to know the person we're interviewing a little bit more, and we call it the Quotable Vibe Check. So we're going to ask you 3 or 4 questions here, and that will kind of give us a litmus test about your personality. So are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay, so I'll start, and then John will do one, and Paul will do one. So the first one I've got for you is, if you had to choose one to design a luxury brand logo, Comic Sans or Papyrus?
Is there an option for neither?
Nope, you're stuck. You've
in
got
the
a
real
luxury.
world, the answer should be yes.
Yes, you are a luxury handbag. Client needs Comic Sans or Papyrus.
I mean, I think what really makes luxury is sometimes when there's no branding. So.
In this case, yes, none is probably the right answer.
The vague answer
I can't
is right.
pick. We're just gonna go with none. There's gonna be like a little icon. That's all you're gonna see.
Perfect. Okay, next one. Would you prefer a flawless strategy with ugly visuals, or stunning visuals but zero strategy?
Oh, so you all know I'm not the creative here. I can't even draw stick figures. So I'm all for the strategic vision. Creativity is important. I actually just was teaching branding at marketing college yesterday, and I spent most of my time talking about the fact that you need to have the strategy and the smart ideas before you invest in design. So that would be number 1.
Awesome.
Paul, you got yours?
Well, yeah, sticking with branding, which is the lesser of 2 evils? Branding written by AI or entirely by the client?
Whoa.
These are terrible questions.
That's the intent.
Honestly, it depends on what AI we're using, but also, you know what, the client, we have built our business on customer service and making sure that we build strong relationships. So if the client loves it and that's what they want, then we will give them what they ask for.
That's good. And I've got a bonus question. I'm going to give you one more. This one I think you like. Accidentally unmuting yourself while venting to your dog during a client call, or presenting a high-stakes pitch with food stuck in your teeth.
Oh, gosh. Actually, yesterday, I had a hot mic and I had a coughing fit, and the mic picked up my gulping of water for the entire room. So I feel like that is on the same level of me venting to the dog, who actually is under me right now. So probably just vent to the dog as opposed. And actually, one of my first when I interviewed my first job, I had food stuck in my teeth. And honestly, that's probably worse than talking to my dog. I can at least move on.
Gotcha. All right. So we got a sense now of what makes Scarlett tick. So let's talk about your approach to brand design. I'm a new client and I come in. How do you approach your clientele? How do you understand what you need to do for them?
So we always start with research and immersion, and it can be really lengthy with focus groups and surveys and one-on-one interviews and all of those experiences, which we certainly do for many of our clients who have the budget and the timeline to afford, most big branding projects take about 12 to 14 months to complete from start to finish. But if people don't have the time, the luxury of time or money, we do always start with a discovery session and a creative questionnaire, which we ask everyone to fill out, and it gets to know, what are their project objectives, what are their goals, who are their target markets. Some of the highlighted the questions that people really, really like are, if your brand were a celebrity, who would it be and why? And it really gets to that personality. And also it helps us understand our client a bit better when they're picking who they pick. Also understanding colors, fonts, all of the fun things. And that's really where we start with our basis. We also include in our onboarding process, like a client questionnaire, asking them how they like to communicate, what time of day works best, even understanding a little bit of their, fun facts, so that we get a better understanding of them as a person, along with their organization and their brand goals, and then their target market. So we can have a whole picture, not just pieces of it.
Do you find that clients are kind of willing to go along with what you're suggesting, or do you have some clients that really try to they're just bullheaded and they want to do their own thing? And if that's the case, how do you handle that?
Sometimes we have clients who have a vision and they really, really want to see their vision executed. And oftentimes when we do what they've asked for, they see it and they realize that it's terrible, which works out really nicely, because you're like, well, we tried what you said, and now you will trust us. And that's always a nice opportunity to say, like, we heard you, we listened, because oftentimes clients come to us and say, our last agency or someone else didn't listen to us, and didn't, like, they made us follow their lead and everything like that. So we do like to make sure that they feel really comfortable that we are going to listen and understand where they're going. And in the really, rare times where they are very directive about what they want, we show them, and often they walk back what their thoughts are. So that often is our best way of handling that, is saying, okay, you want to see this, here it is. And sometimes our clients are very prescriptive because of a timeline or a budget constraint or something that their hands are tied. Like, we do have a lot of clients that have boards, and their boards direct things. So we have learned to essentially, pick our battles and make sure that we are being our client's best supporter and champion, and that sometimes it can't be perfect. And we have to find ways to make it as good as possible for the constraints that everyone is working under.
I'm so glad you said that, by the way, because that's exactly how I handle it in my world. So it seems to be that, like, I'm doing things right. That sounds good. Paul, do you have anything next?
Oh, just as in that same realm of, for your work, what do you think what do you see as the biggest waste of companies' budget, and why?
Oh gosh.
When you're dealing with them, you probably see where they're putting money where it shouldn't be, and how do you handle that or redirect?
I'm usually very transparent if I typically tell clients, don't spend your money here. Like, if you, again, going back to that initial question, the vibe check question about strategy, if you don't have a strategy, you don't spend your money. And also, websites are big ticket items, for example. They're very costly. But if you really need a landing page, you don't need us to build it. And I'm very happy to say that. What I'd rather do is educate people on, these are the pitfalls. If you're not hiring us, be careful on who you are hiring, because people will take your money. And these are some tactics to look for and questions to ask if they are going to, try to hoodwink you. But honestly, I try to, people, some organizations also have, budgets that they have to spend by a certain time. And hopefully we can all work together to come up with an idea that is a wise investment and not just throwing good money after bad.
Tell me about the importance of niches to you. You guys are niched in the Greek travel and Chamber of Commerce space. Do you like that? Would you rather you be more broad, or do you think that there's an importance to really specialization?
So I think there's pros and cons. There's pros and cons to everything. I think when we first started, it's really nice to get a niche so that you can you can shoot fish in a barrel instead of an ocean. So you can really get a better understanding and build up expertise where, especially in these smaller spaces, there aren't that many competitors. And if you are someone that most of our clients, we have been referred in those specific niche areas. So that is really, really nice because we've built up the expertise, the knowledge base, and a really great client base so that there is referrals happening consistently. However, those niche markets are also susceptible to, geopolitical trends. So travel for example, COVID happened and people couldn't travel, and most of our tourism clients get their money from hot tax, which is hotel tax. So anytime you stay over at a hotel, you pay a tax, and that percentage of that tax has to go back to marketing that community. Well, if travel is being impacted by, global pandemics or currently high gas prices for even driving or flying, that impacts their ability to collect that hotel motel tax. And, we'll probably see an impact of that in about 6 months. Same with, Greek sororities and fraternities and nonprofits. People give when there's money to give. But if there isn't money to give and budgets are really tight and pocketbooks aren't opening, that also puts us in an interesting place. So I think it's great on one hand to have a really strong niche market. And it's also great to have another element that you can lean on when things shift, because things are known to shift. So making sure that for us, having that cool company bucket helped us through the pandemic, and has also kind of evened out the playing field a bit, even moving forward, because we realized the implications of, our niche markets and how they are deeply impacted by different trends.
You touched on this a little bit earlier, but I would like to go into it just a little bit more. If I'm a company and I have a decent sized budget and, I want to kind of update my brand, why would I use rhyme or reason? Like, what do you guys bring to the table? And I would love to hear that, like in a quick, almost elevator pitch.
My elevator pitch.
Yeah.
We deliver confetti-worthy designs so that you can be the best brand champion for your organization. Honestly, for us, our goal is that you like working with us because people hire who they like. And we want you to feel comfortable and safe, and that this is an environment that you are heard and listened to, and that we position you as our client as the person that's bringing the smart ideas and the change to your organization so that you're growing as well, because your success is our success, and also within the organizations themselves that we're delivering something that, especially like for our tourism entities, it's not just the person who's running the CVB, it's community pride. It's people actually being excited to see their brand out in the wild, and then it's getting people to come in and experience it. And honestly, like, we get to deliver joy, and that's really amazing. And I think for all of our clients, that really is our goal, is that we're delivering something that brings joy, and also brings success and makes their lives easier and better.
So you've grown, Scarlett, over the years. The business has gotten, pretty substantial. Tell me about that growth and how you manage it and, to not grow too fast.
Sure. I joked with my business partner a couple of years ago. I was like, we're an overnight success. It's not an I feel like that's often what it feels like sometimes when people see you on the other side, when you've been working on this for so long, and then someone comes into your life and you're like, you have this business that's booming and doing all of the right things. I will say we learn from doing a lot of wrong things along the way, to get to this place and space. We are not risk takers. Karen and I are not risky business owners. We don't We tend to play a lot of things very safe. We want to make sure that our team itself is protected from anything, and that honestly is where in some instances I think there's a lot of companies that push for that profit margin, and that's where you get that high growth and high demand experience. That wasn't our holy grail. Ours was honestly to be a safe, secure business where we could protect our team and offer our team health insurance, dental, vision, 401k, PTO, all of the things, and where everyone was in a safe space, including ourselves, quite frankly, because we are putting food on the table for everyone plus us. And I think also keeping, early on, we established values and we've stayed true to them. And that has made it a lot easier for us from a hiring and firing standpoint, from a client standpoint, from a culture fit, for any of our partners or vendors. Really, we've stayed true to who we wanted to be and how we wanted to be and how we wanted to show up. And I think that has helped us really create steady growth. And without, there's a ton of small agencies, especially after the pandemic, that, closed their doors, rolled up their carpet and shuttered everything. Or, we're like this, the writing's on the wall with AI and all of these things, and we're leaving, and have sold and have kind of gone their separate ways. And we've been really vigilant and intentional about showing up also that human side for our clients and for our team, which sounds really silly, but even more so now than ever with AI and all of those experiences, people do want to see that there's someone on the other side that you can have a relationship with. And most of our clients, even our tour, one of our first tourism clients, been with us for 16 years. And one of our other cool companies, he started working with us in the Greeks field, then he went to the chamber, and now he runs a bank. He runs marketing for a bank, which is definitely a cool company that's totally not aligned with any of our other niche markets, but again, has worked with us for a really long time because we've built that close relationship. And we prioritize that over, all the shiny things and the fast catches that come along the way.
What's the project that you're most proud of? What's your most favorite project that you've worked on?
Again,
if you had to pick one.
Honestly, it's because I will say this, I love all of our projects. I don't actually, I'm not a designer. So I think we've made incredible designs along the way, but what honestly I'm most proud of is our tenured clients and our clients that have been with us. Georgetown, Texas was with us for 16 years. Steve at the Farmers Bank has been with us for a really long time. The clients that we have built the long-term connections with. Round Rock, Texas has also been with us for a really long time. Most of our clients, I think what I'm most proud of is that our clients love working with us, and that we have established these really long-term relationships that are really trustworthy, that become friendships, and we continue. And we don't rest on our laurels, and things don't just, the designs still are kicking butt, but the relationships are even stronger than ever.
That's a great answer. I love that.
Is it changing? Do you see the branding strategies changing now? And are there any trends that you've noticed in the industry that we're going towards?
I'll say even, I talk a lot about research and immersion, and, previously it was really expensive to get data analysis and from a time intensive perspective. And also, everyone's selling you some kind of tool that can do it, but now you can plug it into Chat or Claude and get a lot of information a lot more quickly, which I think is leveling the playing field for a lot of people who are, have tight budgets and are trying to find ways to get information more quickly. So that's definitely working. Obviously, for us to Canva and all of those design platforms that people are using means that we are not continual in-house, that we can also set people up to succeed essentially without us. Which I don't, it, it can be seen as a threat, but I think it actually makes us a better partner, saying like, we want to work with you as the trends change so that we'll build those templates, but when we hand them off, you can take them and run. And making sure that everyone is set up for success in how things are changing and being manipulated and being adjusted.
Great. Is there anything else about the industry you'd like to tell us before we move on to our final segment?
I think we covered a lot.
Yeah,
We did.
That's good. All right, cool. We're gonna do something fun. We call it clip it or skip it. Okay. We're gonna give you 10 different things that relate to your industry, and you tell us to clip it or skip it. All right. I'm gonna start first. Custom coded animations. Clip it or skip it.
I love animations. So probably clip it.
All right. Okay.
Great. All right. Number 2, using AI to write initial website copy wireframes. Clip it or skip it.
Websites are so hard. So I'd probably clip it too, because oftentimes, people, if you're just doing the wireframe and not the site plan, because people do need to look in the attic of their sites and see what's happening. But wireframes, blueprints, you kind of know where the doors and windows are. So as long as you can review it.
So it's a clip it. All right, Paul, go ahead.
All right. Websites with auto-playing background videos. Flip it or skip it?
Skip it. I am always on mute. I live on mute. So
Me too.
There's no point for there to be audio.
Okay, number 4. This one you've seen on only like really high-end sites. Websites that use scroll-triggered entrance animations for text. Clip it or skip it?
I appreciate it because it's, feels interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But from a user experience standpoint, it's actually kind of shitty, especially if people don't know how to do it. So I would probably skip it.
I kind of agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you see it on sites like Apple and whatnot, but it's a pain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, here's an interesting one. And I don't even know how I feel about this. Okay. A complete corporate rebrand that drops a well-known mascot that everybody loves. Clip it or skip it?
Oh, it's funny. Someone was talking to me about mascots yesterday. Mascots can go really, really well or really, really south.
I've seen both for sure.
But you've got a well-known one already.
You
hate it. So what do you do?
I mean, are you telling me that they're going to take away the Aflac duck? Because I feel like that's a poor choice.
So a skip it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Paul?
For my ADD, I like bright, chaotic, neon-colored visual brand identities. Smash or pass or click or skip.
I mean, it depends on who your audience is and what you're selling. It could be really amazing. I mean, we have a unicorn. I mean, I'm literally sitting next to, like, I have, weird stuff. I'm all for it. If it's the right brand and the right audience, 1000% go for it.
All right, number 7. Oh, go ahead, Paul. What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say I like it because I'm like a squirrel. That stuff I just watch.
All right, so number 7, using stock photography on a premium brand's homepage. Clip it or skip it?
No, you can afford a good photo. Stock photography certainly has its place. 1000% has its place. But your phone can take a really great photo and you can also use that on your homepage. So no, skip it.
Gotcha.
Oh my God. Number 8. Why do I get the worst ones? Okay. Direct mail campaigns in a fully digital era. I think I know the answer to this.
No, here's the thing. I love snail mail. Love snail mail. I think snail mail is amazing. We literally I have postcards next to me all the time because I love to send snail mail. I think honestly, over the years, we've done snail mail in a variety of forms. And 9 times out of 10, we will get one new business from just it, because it shows up in a space where people aren't expecting it. So I'm all for the unexpected.
Fair enough. You sold me now.
Wow.
I'm
Yeah.
back in.
All right, then. So handing out premium high quality. See, I like this stuff. All right, so if you're handing out premium high quality physical merchandise, like just hand out swag at a professional event.
Yeah. Oh, all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
I brought unicorn stickers, and literally I have all of our swag and little keychains yesterday, and I thought, and postcards and all of these things, including my business cards, everything gone. People love
Swag.
Yeah.
We also
But
do t-shirts probably every other year, or we do some kind of wearable, and people will always come up to our booths and be like, oh my God, we have unicorn socks. We're still wearing your unicorn socks. They're the best things we've ever had. Oh my God, your t-shirts are so amazing. When are you coming out with more? So no.
But it's always different.
Yeah, and you don't want to be generic with that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing it,
Yeah.
so you don't want like the freaking keychain anymore.
Yeah, no. No, we're all over it. People really like stickers right now. That's a big thing.
We were just talking about that.
But people love stickers.
Mhm.
So.
All right, final one. I feel like this one's a little dated because I think I know the answer. Vertical video format for B2B brand storytelling. Clip it or skip it.
No, you need video of every variation. You need a video of. There's too many platforms.
Yeah, and some are better square, some like it widescreen. It's really a mess right now.
Yeah. It's really tough to manage that on our end, for sure.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Well, Scarlett, thank you so much for being with us, and we really we wish for the success for more continued success of Rhyme and Reason, and thank you for joining us on the Quotable Media Podcast.
Awesome, thank you. It was very fun, and thanks for your patience.
No, you were great.